Talk us through what Strava does, and then talk us through what user growth is looking like. How's the business doing?
Absolutely. Well, the business is doing great. The goal of Strava is to help everybody live their best active life. It's the largest fitness community in the world with more than 125 million members, and as you said, all across the world in 190 countries. It's been growing strongly. Obviously, it benefited from the pandemic, as many fitness and health products did, but the growth has continued and accelerated in the last several months. We're now seeing growth rates 2x what we saw before in countries like the UK and France.
2x growth. Okay,
yes.
They took you joined about 5 months ago.
That's
as
correct.
CEO. You took over as CEO 5 months ago. What is your target? What's your ambition in terms of user growth in, say, the next 12 months?
So what I'd like to see is the growth rates overall are quite good at this point. What I want to see is more balanced growth, and I'm excited to see that starting to happen right now. Historically, Strava has been an app that found its original fit, if you will, more with men, frankly, than women. This is actually pretty common across the sector as a whole. Participation rates from women tend to lag men, usually pretty considerably. I think Strava has an opportunity to actually change that to a great degree, and we've been focused very closely on making sure that women coming onto Strava have a platform that allow them to live that best active life. And what I'm happy to say is the growth rate specifically of Gen Z women in the last several months is 2x the growth rate that we saw previously.
Okay, that's interesting. So you look to build on that. Look, obviously there's a big focus on generative AI at London Tech Week and here at Founders Forum. How are you embedding AI into the product?
So as somebody who joined recently but came from Google, AI and machine learning is something that is very deeply embedded in how I do everything. I think there is incredible opportunity for AI in Strava specifically. And I think of that for two key reasons. One, there's a lot of buzz and excitement around AI, but candidly, in my several years of using it, I've never been particularly interested in the novelty of it. I don't believe that every app and every product in the world needs a chat interface, as an example. But I have been amazed at the power of AI to actually solve true human problems that were previously intractable. To do that, though, you need the right data, and that's where Strava is particularly well suited, because that active community of 125 million members, they've already uploaded more than 10 billion activities across the world. So you combine that unique geospatial data set of human bodies in motion with AI, and I think we can
Any pushback from your members in terms of data privacy, data security? Reddit has seen a bit of pushback on that front.
Well, we see the data as very much owned by the users ourselves, and that we're entrusted with that data. We take that very, very seriously. Trust, privacy, safety, they're all paramount concerns for us. So the data that we use for this is data that the users have shared publicly. They still have the opportunity to opt out from having that data used in some of these models. But by doing that, they're contributing not only to products that help them become a better version of themselves, but they're also contributing to our efforts through working with nonprofits and governmental agencies to improve transport infrastructure for humans worldwide.
Elle magazine recently did a feature talking about the fact that Strava's become something of a dating app. Are you seeing that? Do you welcome that?
So our goal is to help people live their best active life, and our vision is that the entire world is connected by movement. We are absolutely adding social features. I don't see Strava as a social media network, for the record. I consider social media networks as apps where you're really prioritizing engagement on the app, scrolling and things like that. Strava's mission is to motivate you to leave the app and go be active.
Are you benefiting from the challenges faced by X and the fact that very few of us are using Facebook? I mean, X in particular.
Yeah.
Are you benefiting from that?
I do see signs in our data that people have become tired of those social media networks, and they're looking for real connections. And I do think Strava helps with that.
Okay, very briefly, IPO. This year, next year? Is it on the agenda?
Well, it is just 5 months in at this point. My priorities were to prioritize growth, but also fill some of the gaps that Strava has had, some of the opportunities within the product. I'm happy to say that we have been accelerating our ability to do that. You want to take this company public, Martin, Michael, right? We want to make sure that we can maximize the opportunity in front of us.